Hello, Thomas.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that we are going to speak about you, about the book which you are writing now. My main question is, do you like what you are doing?
Yes, I really like what I'm doing. Otherwise, I would not do it, and I would probably look for something which I would like as much as I liked what I'm doing now. The fantastic thing when you're working with branding or with brands, it's about perception. It's a topic that is important for everyone. So you automatically get kind of a variety in your daily work. You know, you never get bored. You have new things, and sometimes I work for cities and countries, and sometimes I work for companies and products, and sometimes I work for startups and entrepreneurs, and then sometimes I work for people. You know, for people who are as individuals, personal branding. So it's really never a question of of getting bored or something. No, it's always something new, something different all the time. Sometimes I see some patterns, recurring patterns, which is, of course, that's what I'm living out of. That I have these patterns, I have techniques and methods and stuff that is coming back, and I recognize things. But it's always different topics, different businesses, different locations, different countries, different types of people.
So if we can divide it in several parts, so what is the main part? What takes the most part of your time, maybe of your job, of your business? You are working with startups, with other interpreters?
I work about half time with startups today.
Half time with startups.
And half time I work with bigger established businesses and countries and cities and that sort of thing. So I think this is my it has become more and more important to work with startups and entrepreneurs. It's partly because the way business is changing. So startups now are a great movement in the businesses in the world. It may be not representing still so much money, but it's the future. Everyone knows that, and there's a lot of activities around that. A lot of investment is going into startups. And of course, you also see some of these startups become very valuable. They are selling to other companies and to bigger organizations, and we see $billion deals and all that sort of thing. So there is a sense of there will be a lot of money in this eventually, but now it's more activity. So this is why I think I work 50% with it, because it's sort of it's become such a big thing.
So you are doing with startups because you think that there are a lot of money will be, and there are a lot of successful people, talented, and what is your main aim to give them several instruments in branding, or inspire them, or to help them in their promotion?
Yeah, I have this mission, to help them, because the mission or the purpose I have, the meaning in my business, I have this idea in this 4 dimensions. The spiritual dimension is about the purpose and meaning, and my spiritual dimension here is very much, because I see this is the future in the world, the business. It's both future from a business point of view. It's going to be the new business in the world, employing a lot of people. These companies are now starting small, and they grow very rapidly. I mean, look at Google, for instance. It's a huge company, with offices all around the world. That's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people working there for them, and so forth, all over the place. And so these companies are already showing that they're growing and becoming internationally big. But so that's one side of the business angle of it. But then there is also an impact on society, on people's lives. Our lives gets easier, better, social, more interesting. We get a lot of benefits in our lives for
Is
this.
it social dimension?
Yeah, but it's also a functional dimension. I would say functional and mental dimension are as individuals. It's better. We don't get bored so much. A lot of things are automated. We don't have to fill in all the forms. You know, we don't have to manually do a lot of things. It's a lot of automation functions. You know, it's easier to find information. It's using existing data. It's helping people to select and to choose the algorithm that learns people's behavior, assisting people in various ways. So this makes the lives better. So that's one important. For life on the planet of Earth is going to be much easier and much better. But on the other hand, it's also the future business. You know, so it's two reasons for me.
Yes, and the very interesting question for me is how to help other startups, how to help other businesses, because they have a lot of work and they don't love quite a big part of it. So if we're talking about a man who's going to build their business for a long time, is it spiritual dimension which is the main part? Or we can't.
No, I think I have this four-dimensional thinking a lot, you know, when I'm working, and I think all these dimensions are important. I mean, obviously, people are intrigued by the technology and you know, inventing new things and new technology and that sort of thing is very interesting, and it's always been a driver from people. And this is social dimension, very important, also to engage groups of people, you know, to tap into communities, you know, to become part of things like. And then you have this mental dimension, which is the individual aspect, where you are sort of making an impact for individuals, and different people have different ideas and pick out different things from the startups, for instance, and they choose what they like mostly individually. Choosing the right thing, and then you have the spiritual dimension, of course, as well. But I think all of these dimensions is important. It's not just one-dimensional thing; it's a four-dimensional approach, which is the thing.
So, if we can give such an advice for your interpreters, how they can travel fast using this map of 4 dimensions.
Yes, and this is why I just created this surprise index, because surprise is very important today, because we are building relations, relation brands and relation companies, and we now know that the brain who is deciding is a relation brain. It looks at have I seen this before? Have I experienced this before? Was it yes or no? Was it positive or negative? So our whole decision apparatus is actually totally sort of relation based.
They want to have relations.
And relations, you know, means that if you create a relation with a person, we all know what happens in relations. You get bored after time. With your girlfriend or a boyfriend, you know, you get bored, and
you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, you know this thing. You do the same thing, and you expect certain things, and you receive that. It's a predictability, and you get bored.
Yes.
So the same thing happens to this. So that's why surprise is so important for branding today, because we don't really focus on quality, we focused on sustainability, so we focus on excitement. We like to be excited, you know, something interesting, and this is what we're doing.
So if we can make some conclusion, how people can build relationships with their customers, the main thing is that they should have a plan how they will surprise them.
Yes, and this is what my idea. You have to have a plan for surprise, and that's why I have this surprise index, because I also evaluate different startups from how much surprise they do in these 4 dimensions. Not only in one dimension, but all together. So it's the amount of surprise you're creating. This is the power of the brand or the perception of this startup in the marketplace. And this is what attracts investors, and it attracts customers and make it a success.
Thomas, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I love your system. I love it, first of all, because it's very positive.
Yeah.
And I think that every communication can be positive or negative. So it's just our choice to make somebody feel more happier, to give something surprising for him, or just sell and give me some money and so on. So I'm sure that in the future business will be more positive, and they should use this system. It will help them.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.